All right.
Stow
So what are you guys doing?
We're going Starfinder.
You two, Soren and Zittix. Okay. All right. So we'll start off with you guys. So you guys head to the Lore Spire complex.
Yep. We're looking for Thane.
Mine is just really short and easy. If like more of a background kind of thing. While
Sure.
we're doing theirs.
Yeah.
I just want to try and find anywhere in town that I can walk in and be like, hey, need an extra hand? You know, in your mechanic shop, repairing stuff, breaking stuff down, whatever. You know, find work for the day, basically.
So the closest one is probably the place that you were at yesterday. Sonay's Electronics. So I mean, if you'd like, you can certainly swing by there.
How do you spell Sonay's?
Sonay, Sonay.
Okay.
I like that addition.
Thank you.
A in there.
Sonay's.
Don't know where I came up with that name. It was off the cuff.
Sonay's. What's the proper name? Sonay's.
Sonay's. It's
Just Sonay's.
Sonay's.
It's
just
the name.
Sonay's.
It's not
Yeah,
even.
it's
Okay.
It's the main reason for drumming up business.
It's like Herbert's or JCPenney's.
Well, electronics.
Right.
Electronics.
Oh no, not even electronics. Just Sonay's.
Okay.
It's the name.
Sonay's
project.
All right. So yeah, we'll just do yours first. So you head there, and it's opened up. It doesn't really look like much, but I mean it's got enough stuff to get by as far as electronic stores are concerned. Power relays, circuitry of various types and kinds, wiring everywhere. It seems it's a little kind of disheveled, but I mean you do see like a couple of things on the countertop that seem to be kind of like being worked on. A cleaning unit here, a vending unit kind of behind the thing. There seems to be kind of like a back room where you can obviously kind of walking in, you see that there's a lot of things that need repairing, it seems. So, and you see kind of a older gentleman kind of like sitting, he's staring straight down at something. He's kind of working on something with like a soldering, and like you could just see the kind of little sizzle of wires being fused together.
Hello?
No response. He's still just kind of like staring down, even though you're like right in front of him. The countertop's kind of like just at the top of like where your ears are, but he's still just like kind of staring down. And you notice that he's got kind of like some sort of like eyewear that he's using to like really look at his work.
Just like
you see the kind of eyes like whoop come up, and like one of the eyes is like zoomed in further than the other, and the other one's like really big, the other one's really tiny. So it's like kind of like a perspective thing where like one of the eyes is actually physically closer, like the zooming of his goggles, and he's like, "Hey, oh, what do you want?"
Hello.
Yes.
My name's Ted.
Hi, what do you want?
Oh, okay. Well, I was wondering if you maybe need any help today. Anything that needs repairing? Just extra pair of hands? I'm pretty handy with the repairs and crafts and all kinds of techno.
He kind of looks at you like, the eyes kind of like the lenses kind of like level off into like a decent kind of like equal distance from his face, and he kind of like squints at you. You can see his like big bushy eyebrows kind of furrowing. He's like, well, he kind of like turns kind of in his seat, and like you can hear his bones creaking more than the chair. I mean, we have a part-time position listed. He kind of looks at you. What kind of background do you have?
I built him.
You see Buzz kind of like on cue, just kind of pop out and. Oh, that's
Plus, I had my own shop back on Akaton. It was really did all kinds of stuff, but day to day was mostly repairs and small jobs for people. Custom builds, if ever.
He's like now like one of the eyes is like pivoting and it's like looking down at the work while he's kind of looking at you. He's like, oh yeah, repair, you say?
Yeah. So what do you think?
Nope. Sorry.
Sure, you can't change your mind.
Oh, okay. he doesn't seem like he's kind of all there, and you like notice like he's now kind of like his like left lens kind of like pivots to the left, and the other one kind of like pivots, and like you see it looking at a reflective surface, and he's kind of like looking into the back room. So he's just like full iguana mode, and he's like, oh, well, have that cleaning unit over there, and he's like pointing with his right hand over his left shoulder, like right next to him, easily in pointing range with his left hand, but either way. You could try doing something with that. I guess I don't know what kind of repair work you have, and the eyes kind of like swivel back to you, and they kind of like go up to Buzz and then back down, and you hear kind of in your ear, boss, are you sure about this? I think he's not all at all there.
And I'm just standing back, taking it all in, watching this splendor before me, and I just shake my head a little bit and smile and like,
I like the way you do business, old man. You're all right.
Oh, thank you. He kind of like wipes his nose, and she's like very visible nose hairs kind of like give a little flutter, and he's like, I've been servicing this here neighborhood for 50 years, and you can always trust Zone A's electronics. Hey.
Well, if I'm swapping grease with somebody, it'd be good to get their name.
Oh, Zone A.
Just like, okay.
Yes.
I can respect that.
Yeah. He like takes your hand. It's like his really wrinkled, bony fingers are kind of like, like wrapping around your fingers, but in like a straight up and down kind of like grip. So it's really weird. It's Buzz. You can hear an audible click from his like visual display as he takes a picture. He's like, I am sorry, boss, but I have to. And so he kind of like, well, you seem to have. All your tools you might need, but if you need any, there's kind of over there, and he like points to like this bin of like junk, just literal junk. All right, well, we'll see how you do then. So go ahead and make a engineering check.
15.
15?
Yep.
Okay. We'll get to the result of that.
I rolled a 5 and I got a...
So yay for bonuses.
No. Boo for bad rolls.
All right. Switching back as Tet kind of saddles up onto another stool and starts to kind of... Yeah, exactly. Back to the Lore Spire complex you guys go, and it seems like foot traffic is now kind of at where it was when you first got here. So, do you guys ask for Thade?
Yep, you go right to the front desk and ask
Okay.
for Thade.
Yeah. They indicate that he's actually indisposed at the moment.
In what way?
The receptionist kind of like just looks at you. He's busy. This is the Starfinder Society. People come and go. They're here one day, out exploring the next.
Is it okay if is there anybody on campus we can talk to about our issues we had with we need info from that ship we were on? I don't know if anything was relayed to you, if there was a memo sent out about it.
Son, do you know how many people come here in a day? The receptionist kind of like is just like looking at you like he's got kind of like basically looks like wireframe glasses, but it's got like hollow display lenses, and you see kind of like information kind of like going up both lenses.
Okay.
And then like kind of as you're talking, you kind of like taps the side of them, and they stop, and now he's just staring at you, just like
A quick look at Soren. Back at.
I can leave a message. A lot of times their files are shared once they make a discovery. I mean, were you inquiring about something?
Yeah, is he here?
No, I just told you he's not.
He's not on
He's
Absalom right now.
He's out.
He's out.
And it like flips the display around that he's like somehow also staring at, like just basically just kind of spins the display in place, and you see like the hologram, and he like kind of just pans up and like taps it, and like you see like Thade Kosin, and it just says indisposed. Like I said, indisposed. Bap, flips it around. So,
Who else can we talk to about issues like with our ship?
okay, what's your ship? Is it a privateer? Is it commercial?
We don't know.
It's called the Kandahar. That's all we know.
Okay, that's something to work with. It, like flips, taps the, kind of readout on the side, so the lenses start kind of like flying. A lot of information is flying there, and then kind of seems to also somehow be looking at the information on the larger display, which is again moving very quickly as you guys are kind of standing there, and you're like, trying to ponder how that someone's able to do all of this information at once.
That's an android.
Yeah, it is actually, it's skin job. No, it is an android. The kind of displays running quickly. I don't have any record of the Kandahar. Is this a ship that was here from Absalom Station? Did you have any other information about it?
Yeah, can you look up some names?
Sure.
We need Fitch McConnor and Mary Reed.
Okay. The person's kind of looking through and is like, do you have any more basic information? Like,
They were
they
science officers.
Science officers? Okay. Have a seat over there. I'll try and get you. And there's like kind of points to like one of the pavilion kind of like seats. It's a wide open kind of area, so there's like scenic seating. Obviously they have like a very impressive kind of like atrium area where you're at right now.
I've definitely
So
got the picture in my head.
Very palatial.
yeah. So you guys take your seats. You can see now like kind of like now another display is kind of like plopped up, so it's like two in front, and then like you can kind of still see like the slight kind of like lines going up in front of the glasses, which is weird considering that an android is wearing glasses, but it's kind of like a
It's probably an augment.
something probably asked for it. So
Well, then it was consensual, so I hope you asked for it.
after probably about 10-15 minutes, you get the old wave over.
Hey, we're up, Soren.
Let's go.
Okay. As you guys get back over there, I hate to break it to you, but both of those people have been deceased for 5 years. Well, 5 years with Mary and about another 6 for, it was the, engineer looked like Fitch McConnor.
Okay.
It looked like they were both registered out of the Starfinder Society, but Mary Reed was xenobiologist, and Fitch McConnor seemed to be some sort of seemed to be registered underneath astrophysics as their respective fields of study.
Could you glean anything else from how'd they die?
All the records show is that they both were lost in space.
It doesn't show anything else of the ship they were on or planet they were on.
It kind of flips through here. Huh. Doesn't show. You now see kind of like working even more furiously. Seems the information is corrupted.
What would that mean? Does that mean it was tampered with or what?
No, I mean information gets corrupted all the time, but it's odd that they, both seem to be. But I mean, these are, older records, and
Okay,
information comes in day
Pop
out.
out the black box. Could you use this and find out more of the information?
And it kind of grabs the black box from you. And where did you get this?
The ship. The Kandahar.
Kandahar.
That's what the ship was called. That's all we could find within that was the ship's name and those names. of
Okay.
people.
So it kind of puts it down. Kind of connects, other kind of like kind of hidden like wires to it, just kind of like uplink to it, and you see kind of the display is kind of going now in the eyes, and he's kind of like looking back and forth like really fast, and you see kind of like the both lenses kind of flash just quickly bright red. It kind of looks at, have a seat. This is gonna take a minute.
No, I'll wait.
Oh, okay. And you see him kind of like, flashing, and he's kind of, seems to be kind of like moving back and forth through information.
I want to click my light on and off in boredom.
You click it on and off in boredom? Okay. Perception check, both of you.
Shit. Where's my perception? 11.
11?
Yeah, I'm too distracted by the click, click,
17.
click.
Okay. You notice kind of out of the side of your vision, you see two peacekeepers approaching.
Soren. Peacekeepers.
Peacekeepers? What, Skyfire Legion peacekeepers?
No. Skyfire Legion, just for your reference, is out of system.
Okay. These
It's
just like cops?
No, well, yes, in a way. They're dressed in like blue, various shades of blue with gold trim. You recognize them as the stewards. They are the peacekeepers of the Pact World system.
Okay.
Do you know
So
them?
you see two of them approaching from the opposite side of the pavilion.
Do I know them? Do I recognize them?
You don't recognize them, no, unfortunately.
I don't know.
But
Play
they are both visibly
Play cool.
looking at you. You see one of them kind of like speaking into a comm.
I kind of want to mockingly speak in the calm back at him.
I definitely speak into the comm to Tet. You just get a text saying, Stewards, Skyfire, or Starfinder Society.
Okay.
Eyes.
So you guys just stand there? Okay. As you guys are standing there, the two stewards come up, both standing behind you, and they're like, can you come with us, please?
Are we being charged with anything?
That black box there.
Mhm.
How did you get a hold of it?
We got a hold of it by waking up in the ship that it belongs to's hold. None of us know why we were taken, if we were even taken or knocked out. We all just woke up there.
That's what we're finding
Let's
out
have
here.
this conversation down at the station here.